network of school leaders titled Indian Principals Network. His HTech startup has been very recently selected as India's top 20 startups. He won the international business credit, namely Tata Crucible Corporate Quest 2009, runner-up, winner IIT Kanpur, winner IIT Pune, etc. Next in line, I'm pleased to welcome the National Head of Campus Coach, Ms. Paramjit Kaur, who is an educationist and holds the experience of 12 years in the educational sector. Perhaps she is even an omniscient manager with excellent interpersonal skills. I'm honored to announce Ms. Paramjit Kaur as the coordinator of our today's learning experience. On behalf of all my schoolmates, I extend a hearty welcome to all our guests and speakers. Handing over the mic to you, Paramjit ma'am.
Thank you, Stuti. Thank you for the warm welcome. And I welcome all the students of DPS, teachers, parents, and my heartfelt thanks to Sir, Principal Sir. Over to you, Gauravji, so we can start the session. Principal Sir is also here with us.
Thank you for having us. Good morning, everybody. Honorable Principal and the entire leadership team of DPS Manali, thank you for letting us do this. I also would like to welcome all our university experts who have joined us today. I'm sure the next couple of hours will be very, very fruitful for us. And I would like to start this by a basic caveat, which is that this is not a session wherein we are prescribing anything to you. This is a suggestive session, which is that please exercise your discretion. Choice will be always yours. We are only suggesting you what are the possible options available to you when you move out of your 12th. Excuse me, and each and every to a holistic perspective of the fast emerging careers nationally and internationally. Apart from that, obviously, we all know that the disciplines within the core disciplines of sciences and maths, there has been a sea change. There has been substantial, I would say, cross-pollination with respect to sciences emerging into liberal sciences. To within the sciences, there are multiple domains which have been added as the world have made progress, right? So having said this, keep in mind that this is a session wherein you should keep an open mind to every student who is here with us. Come with a perspective that you want to know something new beyond which you already know. I'm sure you all are very, very smart. But having said this, keep your questions ready. If you have at all any questions, we'll try to break it into two halves. After the third session, we'll take a couple of questions if time permits, and you are ready with your questions. We won't wait for long. However, at the end, which is after all our speakers have spoken up, we will give you a fair amount of chance to speak as many questions as you have, right? So, but before that, you need to be attentive, you need to be engaged, you need to be paying keen interest as to what the speaker are really intending to show you or tell you about, and make a note of it, right? I'm sure all of you are keeping a notebook with yourself. Writing or noting it down always helps. So these are old school thoughts, but they're always very, very relevant, right? So let's have a great 2 hours of interactive engagement or a learning session with all of you. As I mentioned, we'll try to keep it right on time so that we do not take much of your time as well, right? So I will like to, as I said, once again, quickly welcome all of you. My first speaker is from a university which is based out in Bangalore, which is HCI University, and I request Mr. Vansh, who is representing the university, to take it over. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Gaurav. A very good morning, DPS. Let me just share my screen. Yeah, I can. So I have 15 minutes, and in this 15 minutes, I will try to give you some hidden facts. I will try to tell you some secrets that we are doing, which you don't know. Like I said, everything is the same. There are over 800 universities. You can go anywhere, but this is not to convince you, or this is not to tell you the university. So this is just an alternative, so that you guys can think. This is also something which you can add to the lot. You can think about this university, consider if you feel it prudent, and then you can make your own decision. So Atria is a liberal sciences university, and if we go back, we need to understand what do you mean by liberal education and why it is coming up in India. How is it shaping up, and what's the relevance of it? So when we talk about liberal education, it means that it's an amalgamation of a lot of disciplines, whether it is a science stream or a commerce or a humanities. We are trying to club everything together, right? Have you ever heard of a course wherein you could actually integrate humanities with technology? Or have you ever heard of a course wherein you could study commerce with technology, right? So we are trying to do something very similar to that, right? Why a liberal education? Liberal education means, first of all, liberal education is basically, and it's an approach to learning which empowers individuals to prepare them for the real world, right? To deal with change and diversity and all of that. And when we talk about liberal, it means that something which is free, right? Freedom to do anything. And education is what you are studying. So here you have the flexibility and the liberty to choose and discover what you want to do. That is why it is important, and we are trying to basically inculcate all this approach, right? Somebody has rightly said that uh, human minds are like parachute, right? It's like parachute. They work best when open, right? So we are trying to make you guys understand that while you decide a college, it is very important for you to open your mind. You need to open your perspective. You need to see things from different lenses, right? And then make a choice, right? Rather than going to a university and doing following their own protocol, right? So we are trying to do different things here. We are trying to basically adopt unconventional methods here, right? So um, we also think that when we talk about higher education, the curriculum has gone very obsolete, right? It has become very stagnant. It's not moving, not evolving. Whatever we are studying, we are mugging up things, and we are not even understanding the importance, right? Like, for example, if I ask you, uh, what do you mean? What's the answer for a plus b the whole square? I'm sure you guys know about a plus b the whole square, right? It's a square plus 2ab plus b square. But if I ask you the relevance, how you can use it on a daily basis, or what's the relevance, what's the importance, who derived it, who invented it, right? I'm sure you guys don't know about it, right? Because I also don't know about it, right? So it's just that we are studying, we know, but we don't know where to use it, right? So we are trying to basically introduce ELM, which is experiential learning module, wherein whatever you are studying, you will implement that, and you will understand the importance and the seriousness of that particular thing. You know that, okay, this is important, and you can use it on a daily life, right? In your daily life, right? So I am not saying that a square plus 2ab plus b square is vague. I am just saying that we don't know. We are not aware of it. So I am here to tell you that there are universities who are offering you liberal arts and sciences, and why we are basically touching upon this part is point. This is because it's the need of the hour. We need you to know. We need you to get exposure, and we need you to acquire knowledge from various disciplines, right? Your knowledge shouldn't be restricted to only one subject, right? So it is also called as T-shaped education because it gives you a very broad knowledge of various subjects as well, right? It gives you that breadth of choosing a variety of subjects from, and then coming to the specialization. So you can go and do a deep dive, you can study something and do a specialization in that. So that is why breadth and depth, that is why it is called as T-shaped. Now, when people ask us, what do you mean by liberal sciences? We tell them that when STEM meets liberal arts, that is what liberal sciences is, right? So everything is around technology, right? You can study digital humanities. You can do something related to you can do something related to commerce and technology. So here we are trying to encourage and make you guys understand that what's the importance of interdisciplinary learning, because every course that you study is interrelated. A lot of people say that I am a humanities student. What's the point of me studying robotics, right? You have a point, but let me also tell you that things are moving ahead, things are evolving. We are living in a very fast changing environment. Things are drastically changing, right? Something is related um, to the other, right? So I'm just giving you an example that how computer science is related to psychology, right? Knowing the fact that they both are from very different disciplines, right? Uber, Ola, these cab services, they are also related to computer science in some way or the other, right? Data sciences is connected to chemistry, right? If I ask you to count the number of molecules in this room, you guys will not be able to do that. But with the help of big data science platforms, you can do it. So that's what I'm just trying to tell you, that this is the magic, right? Everything is interconnected. We just need to understand the relevance. So that's what interdisciplinary is. Interdisciplinary means more than one. It's a cluster of more than one discipline, right? So we want you to open your mind and think from that perspective, right? Find your fit. This is the best part. We offer 4 degrees, right? And it is also imperative for you to know that how research is interconnected with implementation, how implementation is interconnected with design, and how design is interconnected with business, right? For example, if there is a product, let's say if there is this phone, right? Somebody must have done research on that phone. That is why it's here, right? The person who does research, who's research oriented, would have done BSc honors or would do BSc honors, right? In that particular domain, right? It is not related to a, it's just not related to a particular domain. You can do research anywhere, everywhere. Let's assume that there is this Mercedes car which can fly, right? Somebody must have done research that yes, this can happen, right? And after that somebody is manufacturing that car which could fly, right? So once the research is done, second part is the implementation. So the engineers will manufacture and create engines, will create suspensions, will create radiators, will run algorithms, will manufacture a car. Once the car is made, somebody will design that car, because that car has to look appealing, right? That car has to look beautiful, right? That is how it's going to sell. That is how it's going to be sold in the market. Once the design and everything is made, so how research is working closely with the BTech team, and how BTech team is working closely with the designing team, that's beautiful to know, right? Now once the design is made, it's out for launch, and somebody will sell that particular car, right? So how design is also connected to business, that's what the beauty is. So this is a product life cycle, and I want you to know that you can study about a particular thing depending what is your niche, depending on your interest. If you are interested in BSc, you do BSc. If you want to do BTech, you do BTech. If you want to do bachelor's of design, you can do that, because a lot of people think that designing is just restricted to clothing, fashion, textile and all, right? Designing is everywhere, right? It is there in the service, it is there in the product as well, right? You can actually design a service, right? So it's intangible, uh, and it is omnipresent. Also, you can, how it is related to business, that's a beautiful part to know, right? So these are some 4 degrees that we offer. The first thing is to explore, because we feel that at the age of 17, 18, we are pressurized by our parents, our teachers, our peers. We need to study, we need to get 95%, 97%, we need to get a good college, we need to have a good degree so that we can earn well, right? But in all of that rat race, we forget who we are, we forget what we want to do, we forget there is no time for us to explore. We need to explore as well, right? If we have not tasted a particular dish, we can't say that it's good or bad. After tasting a particular dish, we can say that okay, this is bitter, this is spicy, this is bland, this is not nice, this is nice, right? Similarly, after studying some courses, you will get to choose what you want to do. So first 12 months you'll explore, discover your passion, and then you'll experience, then you'll pursue your passion. So that's how we work here, right? Coming to the futuristic majors, how we are different from a XYZ university. We have courses in IT and interactive technologies, wherein you would learn AR, VR, UI, animation, We have digital transformation, AI, ML, data sciences, robotics, mechatronics, IoT. We have mobility, wherein you study about drone technology, how do drones work, what is electric vehicle, what is an electric vehicle, how batteries are made, right? Autonomous vehicles, energy sciences, in which you would study about solar power plants, how to design a solar power plant, how to create a solar power plant, right? What's the relevance and importance? What's the demand for this, right? Then we have biotech, we have neurosciences, we have regenerative medicines, people who are looking beyond MBBS. We have microbiology, we have data science, genetic engineering, so on and so forth. Now, the best part is that, for example, there are four people and all of them are interested in, let's say, robots, right? So one person says that I want to do research and I want to work with, let's say, HCL or let's say Cognizant, right? And I want to do research on robotics. That person will do BSc honors in digital transformation, wherein he can study about robotics. Right. The second person says that I'm also interested in robotics, but I want to design. I want to make a skeleton of a robot. I want to make it beautiful. That person would do bachelor's of design in digital transformation, wherein he would study about robotics. Right. The third person says that I want to sell a robot. That person can do BBA in robotics, and the fourth person can study BTech in robotics if he wants to run algorithms. So that's what I'm saying. That the major is one, but degrees are many. You can craft your own curriculum here. You can design your own curriculum here. And the best part is that I was talking about the hidden secrets. The hidden secret first, the first one is that anybody can study anything. Even a humanities student or a commerce student can study BTech if they want to without giving JEE, right? We are not asking for any competitive exams, right? We are opening all the barriers for you because we understand that, okay, if you are a humanities student and if you are bored now, if you want to lay your hands on something related to sciences, but okay, if not coding, then you can study BBA or BSc or Bachelor's of Design. But yes, everything revolves around sciences, right? So that's the beauty of it. So anybody can study anything. So we have courses, workshops, projects. We have amazing, eminent group of people working with us. We have a beautiful academic team here. We are based out of Bangalore. Some great tie-ups to have with. And more than all of this, we follow the holistic process. We think that every student is special. Every student has potential. So we are not looking for marks here. Anybody can apply. Even a 45% teacher can apply and can get through. Right. So no prerequisites at all. We have our own application form, which is there on the website. It's there live, free of cost. You can fill it up. It has to be strong enough if you want to get in. If it is a normal average application form that you have filled, you will not get a call, right? Then comes the student engagement and interaction day, wherein we ask you questions. We will give you a live problem. We will see how you behave. If we'll ask you that, okay, poverty in India, how would you eradicate that? You have to work on that, right? You have to work on that activity and you have to come up with a pragmatic solution. We want to know how you think. Do you have multiple, do you think from multiple perspectives? Are you a creative thinker? Are you a critical thinker? Or you have this traditional approach? So very beautiful and interesting process that you would like. Coming to the campus, we are spread across 25 acres. Bangalore is also known as Silicon Valley of India. It is also the IT capital of India. This is a very vibrant and diverse campus, right? It's a residential campus, so we have student housing as well. We are offering scholarships based on need as well as merit, right? So we have over 20 crores worth scholarships allocated for the founding batch. So the fee structure is 8.87 is the tuition and 1.8 is the accommodation, right? And if you want to avail scholarships, you can definitely do that after you get an offer from our side, right? So these are my details. This is my number. You can also write to us if you have any questions about the university or in general as well. If you're confused and if you want to know something about the university, or if you just want a normal career guidance, I'm always there to help, right? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vansh. Thank you for giving a very holistic perspective. In fact, while Vansh was speaking, he gave you a complete value chain, that everyone in that value chain is relevant, right? From a product guy to an engineering guy to a sales guy, all put together, and all of you will fit in one or the other role in a way which we will take up, right? So thank you. The very holistic sort of a view. I move on to our next speaker, which is Mr. Akshay. Mr. Akshay is from Mahindra University. Mr. Akshay, over to you.
Thank you so much, Gaurav sir. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, DPS.
You'll have to unmute yourself once, then you can start this. Yeah.
Okay.
Please go ahead.
Good morning. Good morning, Gaurav sir. Good
Good morning.
morning, the whole DPS team, for this wonderful event, just for the students, for the welfare of the students. So now, so myself, Akshay, I'm from Mahindra University. So I believe you all heard about Mahindra somewhere, like Tech Mahindra. Like meanwhile, I just share my screen so that it will be more relevant to you guys to get the campus information. Okay. Yeah, there you go. All right. So yes, so I was talking about the Mahindra itself. So I believe major of the students, like somewhere or somehow they know about the Mahindra itself. Either it is Tech Mahindra, either it is Mahindra Automobile or Mahindra Club Mahindra itself. And so we are into more than 25 industries in more than 100 countries. So we are a very well-known industries across India. So why there is need of industry to get into the education domain in a current scenario? Because itself, like in a very, so I just want to share a very common statistic. So out of the total, there is a very popular statistic which is available on internet that out of the total engineering which we produce across India, more than 70% are unemployed. That's because they are not uh, connected to industry anywhere, or they are they cannot talk to multiple disciplines. So there are a couple of other factors which enables them to not enable them to get into a good organization for their career perspectives. So that's why we itself, a group of our industrialists, that's why we come into the education domain in 2014. So might of some of you already know Mahindra Ecole Central. So we started in the year of 2014 itself with the Mahindra Ecole Central. So Mahindra Ecole Central is a collaboration, is an Indo-French collaboration between Mahindra Group and Ecole Central France, which is itself a 79th QS World Ranking organization, a 200-year-old university in France, having a 7 campus across world, including 4 in France, 1 in India with Mahindra, 1 in China, and 1 in Brazil. So it is the only international technology campus across India. So we specifically stand out. Uh, you can say 4 major pillars. First itself, it is a career-oriented and an industry-oriented program. Second major pillar which on which we stand out, it is a research-oriented campus. From the first year itself, we encourage every student to get into the multiple research ideas so that they can. So I'll come to the part a bit later, the research. And the third pillar which we stand out is the faculty. We have a very strong faculty background. I'll come to the part of the faculties later on. And the fourth major pillar which we stand out from the cross India campuses itself, it is a, you can say, uh, okay. So all right. So it is a research-oriented campus, it's an international technology campus, and the fourth pillar which we stand out itself, we have a very strong placements and an internship background which we are offered in all previous years. So 3 batches are already passed out. So as I told you, we started in the year of 2014 with 4 engineering programs. It's computer science, mechanical, civil, and triple E with only 60 number of seats. In total, we had 240 intake according to the last year. But this year, now the Mahindra Ecole Central is now Mahindra University because we got the university approval in the month of 2020 May, as a first state private university across Hyderabad. So now we are a university itself, which like so previously also we provide basic sciences, engineering, liberal arts, entrepreneurship, complete blend of these kind of a curriculum in the engineering curriculum itself. But now as we got the university approval, so we started several new courses and including the management, including law programs in the upcoming years, including design intelligence in a upcoming year. So yes, so now something relatable to the why we are into the education domain and how we are different from the other. So we are a $4.5 billion organization that is itself a Tech Mahindra only, which comes under the Fortune 500 companies. Which in total, Mahindra Group employed more than 2 lakh people across over 100 countries. So why Ecole Central? Because we are very intellectual rigor in academics, 3 dimensional education engineering, which we are providing life skills, industry exposures. These are already there in the campus. So these are the intake. Uh, number of disciplines and intakes which we had according to the 2019 admission cycle, including computer science, mechanical, civil, and triple E with all 60 number of seats. So in 2020-21 admission, we introduced three new cutting edge courses, including the BTech in artificial intelligence. So BTech in artificial intelligence is not a specialization in computer science. It is actually a different the BTech program in AI itself, because we are the first university across India who implemented AI into across domains. Either it is mechanical, either it is healthcare, either it is civil, either it is triple E or electronics oriented projects. Our students implemented live AI in every domain in all previous years. So that's why we started BTech in artificial intelligence as a separate degree program from 2021. So from 2020 itself. Second program which we started from 2020 is electronics and computer engineering, which is a blend of both hardware and software. So those students who want to get explore their career into IoT, robotics, or more specifically to electric vehicles, because we have a specific industry related to that. Some of you might know Pinin Pania. Pinin Pania is the world fastest supercar, which is specifically electric supercar, which is also owned by Mahindra Group. So our students went there also for at the official launch of Pinin Pania Paris when they launched in the year of 2018. So third stream which we introduced in 2020, it is computation and mathematics, because just like AI, you can implement computing in every domain, either it is healthcare, either it is data sciences. So more specific, the new emerging technologies like data sciences, big data analytics, Hadoop, cloud computing comes under the umbrella of computation and mathematics, which is itself a second hottest stream of IITs after computer science. And very few institutions across India have these streams. So we have a very strong facilities, lab structures, and all the perspective in terms of providing the quality education in all these three domains. So yes, there are few new courses which we're going to introduce from 2021, which includes nanotechnology and mechatronics and biotechnology. Biotechnology more specific to computational biology, which is a very hot product in terms of US engineering market. So in all these streams, we will going to introduce only 30 number of seats, a very specific number of seats. I'll come to the part of the admission criteria later on. So yes, School of Management will going to announce from 2021 admissions. So those students who are from commerce and commerce background, they can get into the campus for these juniors from those who want to get into the management kind of a courses, they can get into BA Finance and Economics and up with 30 number of seats, and again BA and more specific BA into Data Analytics, which is again with the 30 number of seats, which we're going to introduce from 2021 admissions. Yeah. So irrespective of the majors, these are some transversal which will going to include in all undergraduate program. Either it is management, either it will be going to be law, either it will going to be liberal arts, or you can say designing in upcoming years. So AI training will definitely going to be a part of every curriculum across domains, across irrespective of the majors. Digital humanities, entrepreneur mindset, emotional intelligence, and leaderships. So these are the transversal which going to be engaged or irrespective of the majors. So yes, now I come to the faculty background. So we have 100% PhD holder faculties across domain, across streams in our campus, out of which 60-40 is the average ratio, in which 60% faculties are from IITs or from top international universities across globe, and 40% are from the international universities for obvious. So including the University of Texas, University of Florida, these are some universities names are over there, which enables overall, you can say, global exposure in front of the student respect respect to their research, because they directly engage BTech student in their research topics, which enable them to in just a span of 6 years they publish more than 240 research papers in a very short span period of time. So it is a research enabled campus. From the first year itself, we encourage every student to be a part of the research so that they can start full-fledged working on the same from the second year onwards. And on the basis of that, they can get international academic internship after their second year itself. Those students got their academic internships, international academic internship in their first year itself. Also, a few of them, but based on the student idea, you can say their project idea itself. Uh, so yes, they went more than 40 countries, like for conducting their academic internship, which majorly are fully sponsored by the campus itself. So these are some key initiatives which are already done in the campus. So we already signed up uh, MOU with the government of Telangana, in the space of AI and cybersecurity both. So if there will be any development in terms of across government domain, across Hyderabad, then our student will going to be a part of the same. So our student created, so some of you might know about the covindia.com, which was the first district-wise Covindia tracker started in the month of March itself, in the you can say the mid of March. So our student designed the complete website and was a first district-wise tracker which provide the information of the COVID cases across districts across India. So yes, our student developed the first, you can say, the underwater submarine vehicle called Black Pearl AUV, which is already selected for World Summit of the Singapore in the domain of underwater vehicles. These are some more initiatives which are already done by the student itself in the campus. Our student won the second time in a row the Smart AI Hackathon in 2020. These are the higher destinations. So now, so I was explaining you about the internships, either it is academic or industrial internship. So we provide academic internship from the first year itself, where students went more than 40 countries based on their research idea, which majorly are fully sponsored. Now we come to the part of the industrial internship, which students will able to get from the campus end itself. Yes, more than, you can say, in more than 4 countries, they, including like apart from India, they got their industrial internship from US, UK, Japan, and Singapore, more specifically, and they got finally placed in those organizations. So we have a very uh, very well maintained record for placements. And so we had 3 batches are already passed out from the campus with the highest packages of 45 lakh rupees. If we talk about the last year placement packages, which include the international packages, of course, with the average of 8.65 specifically from computer science, and including all several streams, it was 7.5 lakh rupees. As we all know, due to this pandemic, there are a very few international offers right now. So including the Indian packages, student got the 28.75 lakh rupee highest package this year itself from the Amazon. So these are some internship and higher education places where
Akshay, final 1 minute.
Yeah. All right. So these are some placements and some major recruiters, including Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, IBM. These are some major recruiters in our campus where the student got placed in all their previous years. So key officials of the Mahindra University, which we are very proud of, Mr. Anand Mahindra, you all know, he's a like chairman of Mahindra Group, who appointed himself as the chancellor of the university this year. And Mr. Dr. Yed Maduri is also champion. So now we come to the part of the admission criteria. Yes, so majorly for BTech intake, we are specifically looking for JEE Main. JEE Main one should be eligible for writing the JEE Advanced exam, then one should be eligible for, you can say they are eligible for the JEE Main, right? They're qualified, the JEE Main qualified there. Second criteria which we are looking for, apart from the JEE Main itself, is a SAT and ACT score. One can get into the campus based off any of these. And third, the board exam itself, specifically more than 80% in physics, chemistry, and mathematics. If anybody scored apart from a major of these, they can get into the campus out of any of these criteria. So best of anything will going to be considered. So these are some center of intelligence, which are research and innovation hub, which are already created in the campus with the initiative of students and the faculty itself, including the Center of Artificial Intelligence, Entrepreneurship, Sustainable Structures, and Sustainable Infrastructures. And if you want to interact or if you want to get to know more about the campus, you can visit our YouTube channel also, where we have Beyond Boundaries, couple of list of events, including from AI to environmental studies, where you can get to know more about the engineering perspective in all domain across, either it is healthcare, either it is mechanical, civil, or so you can get in touch with me also at any point of a time if you want any kind of a counseling, or you want any kind of information regarding the admission process. So myself, Akshay, with my contact number, which you can all visible, you can all able to see, and you can also write me at the official email ID of mine. Right. Thank you so much. That's all from my end. And
thank you, Akshay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Obviously, Mahindra is a very, very established business house, business group, in fact, and coming from them means that they will ensure a lot of practicality to their curriculum. So wonderful. All the very best. I now move on to my next speaker, and I request Ms. Pushpa from Indian School of Hospitality.
Good morning.
Good morning. Over to you, please.
Great. So good morning, dear students. My name is Pushpa Joshi. I represent an international college in Gurgaon, Indian School of Hospitality. So let me quickly share my screen with you so I can share more about my college. All right. So Indian School of Hospitality is an international college based in Gurgaon, and we are a certified school of none other than the world's ranked #1 college in hospitality education. That's École Hôtelière de Lausanne. You must have heard about it. It's also known as EHL Switzerland in short form, or also as ECOL. So we offer EHS programs in India. So EHL has only 9 certified schools across the world. We are one of them in India. So if you would have gone and studied at Switzerland, and the kind of academics and education you would have got is the same kind of education here at Indian School of Hospitality. In fact, students studying at Indian School of Hospitality also get dual certification. So we are an affiliate college of Gurugram University, as you can see on your screen, and we are a certified school of EHL. So students studying with us in the undergraduate program, they'll be getting 2 qualifications: a full-time bachelor's degree, UGC approved from Gurugram University, and an academic certification from EHL. Now, this collaboration also brings up a very interesting opportunity for students, that students who are looking to go abroad for studies, they can do the first 2 years at ISH, and the next 2 years they can go to either EHL or transfer their international credits to any university across the world who are offering the similar course. So you still can have your dreams of going abroad even after 2 years. So this presents you with opportunities where you save the cost for the first 2 years of living, and of course the study at EHL is expensive, or any other international university. You also get a little more mature for you to go abroad alone. So this is a beautiful opportunity that I think students can explore. So Indian School of Hospitality is right on the state highway in Gurgaon, just 20 minutes from Indira Gandhi International Airport. And this is how we look on the exterior. I will quickly take you through a short 38-second video to show you how we look and feel on the inside. Give me a second. I think I have not switched on my sound. I'll just share it once again. Give me a second. Well, as you could see, that the campus is a lot of fun and full of learning. I'm sure you could make out and understand that there is something definitely to do with food at this campus. So we do a very specialized course which is called BA Honors in Culinary Arts. This is one of our undergraduate degree programs that we offer. It's a 4-year course, and it is meant for students who really are passionate about food, either cooking or working with food. For students who want to become chefs afterwards, or who want to become food bloggers or food influencers, or even food technologists, they usually take up this course. So I'll briefly tell you what these professions are. I'm sure you all understand what a chef is and what they do. A food blogger is somebody who writes about new food kinds, and they blog about different kind of cuisines. So that's a career in itself because most of the marketing online is done through blogging. Food influencers are the people who write reviews about new upcoming restaurants and existing ones. So restaurants always hire or call these people to come and visit their premises, have food and fun, and write about them and get paid for it as well. So a food influencer is a very great upcoming career choice. I'm sure you all know that whenever we look out for a new restaurant, we always go for reviews. And who is writing these reviews? It's the food influencer. Food technologists are technicians who are hired by all your packaged food industry. So, like your biscuits or ready to eat, all of them need culinary specialists to understand that while they are packing food, it retains the nutrition and the taste and the aroma and the value. So you can also go into that sector and work with corporate sector in the packaged food industry. The second program that we have is a BBA in hospitality. So usually, when I say hospitality, though this is a webinar, I cannot ask you questions, but I'm sure hospitality brings to your mind something to do with hotels. So hospitality definitely is a huge umbrella which covers hotels as a segment. However, hospitality is not just hotels. Hospitality, as we usually understand in the literal meaning also, is a relationship between a guest and a host. And when so imagine somebody comes to your home and what do? We usually take our time, be with them, serve them the best that we can, and that's what is called being hospitable. So if you extend the similar this simile to a business setting, who is the host and who is the guest? The business is the host, and my customer is my guest. And I want to ensure that they get the best experience so that not only they are happy and they have good things to say about my business, but they also tell other people. So you can understand how hospitality is so critical to any business. Can you think of any business where we don't bother about the customer? I am sure nobody can because a business means to keep happy customers. So hospitality management is a huge umbrella where you can go and work in the entire services sector where people facing roles exist. So be it aviation, be it banking, insurance, luxury retail, real estate, events and experiential marketing, travel and tourism, of course, hotels, resorts, restaurants, spas, seven-star cruise liners, even consulting, education, and healthcare. So all big hospitals have this huge customer service segment where the doctor is a part on the backside. The front is the customer service. So if you are not being taken care of there when it comes to waiting time, suggesting the right doctor, billing, admission, and discharge, you will say, oh, this is a mess. Don't go there. So it's as important for a business. As I said, our program is focused on entrepreneurship and a lot of hands-on learning and experience. So few of my students here that I've mentioned, they have already started their own businesses. So Yashna Arora, semester 3 means beginning of second year, she has started her skin products venture already called Skin Recipes. You can Google it and find out. Pranay has started ginger beer, which is a non-alcoholic probiotic drink and has done fantastic business during Diwali. Pranite has started a luxury men's accessories chain, which is called Knots Men. So he makes high-end pocket squares, ties, and cufflinks. In the BA Honors Culinary Arts, also you can see I've mentioned 3 students, and these are only this is just an list which is not complete. So they have already started their food delivery apps or podcast. So we are highly focused on entrepreneurship, and how we do it is by making the curriculum more robust and experiential based. So if you see here in the 4 years, you have 3 years of study period and you have 1 year of internships. Now the internships are not at the end of the program because you would have forgotten everything what you studied in the last year. So the internships are built in the program in the middle so that you learn something, you cement your understanding with internship, and then learn more complex concepts, and then do another internship overseas and finalize your degree program. So foundation, then you have a 6-month internship, then you do come back to college, do strategy and innovation, do another 6 months of internship, and finish your degree. As I've already told you, you can go and work in all these industries that you see here: food technology, beauty and wellness, luxury retail, healthcare. I've mentioned all of this to you already. We also offer 2 very exclusive specialized programs, especially for culinary students, which are short courses called the diploma programs. These are 18-month programs, again internationally certified by world's #1, Asia's #1 culinary college called At Sunrise Global Chef Academy, Singapore. So it's an 18-month course, highly motivated students who want to do something in the food sector or want to become chefs. They do 9 months in India, 9 months in Singapore, and get an international diploma. This diploma is also recognized as a worker's skilled qualification, which means it helps you get a work visa to Singapore easily. Now, our industry connect is great because of the factors that we are have collaborated with the world's 2 best institutions, At Sunrise Global Chef Academy and Ecole Hotelier Lausanne, and our founder, Mr. Dilip Puri, who has been the MD of Marriott International Group when he founded ISH. So he also commands a lot of respect and clout in the industry. So as you can see, all of these people are on our advisory panel. All these bigwigs of the industry not only conduct master classes with our students, but they also work in something called an incubator, where students who want to start their businesses, they come and discuss with them and give wings to their dreams. And that's how our students have already started their businesses, I have mentioned to you earlier. So couple of more screenshots about these people taking culinary classes, the biggest chefs here that you can see. Now, our admissions process is fairly simple. It is completely online. So admissions for year 2021 are open now. So if we have any grade 12 students in the group today, if they are desirous of taking up a career in business or entrepreneurship or culinary, they are most welcome to apply visiting our website ish.edu.in. Alternatively, I'll be mentioning my contact details in the chat box. You can also connect with me. So once we have received your application online, the selection process is fairly simple. We have 2 interactions, personal interactions, with the first one with the admissions in charge, the second one with the program head. And if you have cleared both these, then we invite you for a selection round where you are tested on group and interpersonal activities, so a group discussion and a few management games, because this is a very people-based course. So what we are looking at as a student is, of course, an academically bright record, but we are more than that. We are looking at an overall package where students are motivated, they are committed, they are willing to work hard, they want to achieve something higher in life, and they are excellent team players. So these are the areas that we kind of look for in a student. So once you have done the group selection round and you are shortlisted, we will be rolling out an offer letter whereby you can pay up the registration fee and book a seat for yourself. So that's about my college. I'm not sure, Mr. Yadav, do we still have time? Can students ask me a few questions?
Yeah, we will take the questions that I mentioned, right? So, however, we are done with your time. Thank you very much, Ms. Pushpa.
Thank you.
I did mention in the beginning, students, that after our third speaker, we just have time for a couple of questions, but then we'll have to do that very, very quickly. If you have a question, quickly virtually show your hand. We'll unmute you, then you can ask your question. Yeah. Otherwise, obviously, we have few more speakers to go, so we will take up all the questions at the last. Miss Ruchi, do we have a couple of questions, or we take it at the last? What do you say?
I think so. We can take up in the last.
Last. Vidyut has a question, however. Vidyut, over to you.
Yeah, Vidyut.
Vidyut, you can ask your question, champ.
Hi, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My question for you is that in a career like I want to join the civil services, in such a career, what will be the important practical information and practical courses I would need?
So I can answer that question for you. However, I will request any of the speakers which are previous to, even Pushpa can take that up. Ms. Pushpa, if you want to take up, or I had Vansh. I'm not sure if Vansh is any longer here. So however, let me answer that for you. Firstly, see, you need to get your graduation sorted. The civil services comes a bit later, I would say, right? You still have, but then obviously you are already sure in your head that surety is good, right? However, I have seen people going through the motions. Sometimes while you evolve as an individual, maybe that's not your interest area as you go down the line for that matter, right? So step one is to figure out what is your areas of specialization, which is for your graduation. So maybe it's a BCom, maybe it's a BTech, maybe it is anything for that matter, or maybe it's in hospitality, right? So first thing is that you need to get that sorted. And I'm sure that while you are doing that graduation, ensure that you have your main aim at your civil services, which is, example, you are specializing in management. Now, you only wish to take management to the deeper level if you really want to take your optional subject in the civil services as a management subject. Okay, in civil services also, you have a choice to make, which is about under those umbrella only, for that matter. Right? So, however, I won't really go further on that because, as I said, it's a little far in the future. Number one, first step is get your your undergraduation in a wonderful fashion, which is plan it better, right? Number one, and try to excel in your undergraduate. I mean, that's also one more thing. Let me give you an example. My younger brother, who is now an IAS officer, so he was doing his BTech. Now, when he went to his BTech, he was not even sure that he will ever attempt an IAS examination, right? He never planned it that well. He wanted to, step one, go to IITs, which he couldn't make it. However, as a angst against him, he did crack a good UP examination, which was UPTU. And he came to Lucknow and he went to the government college by the name of IET Lucknow, which is one of the best government colleges in Uttar Pradesh. Now, the important part is here. His 4 years with youth were exceptional in this college, which was college of Lucknow. He made a fantastic group of 10 students. All of them rallied around, and all of them started from the very second year for the civil examination or whatever they planned, right? And then fast forwarding it, all 10 of them are today either IAS officer or IPS officer or IES officers. Now, I just give you an example, which is right in my family. I knew what, and I can also tell you that he was not even planning to do that. But because you have civil services on your mind, I think that's sort of a roadmap, which is doing well in your graduation, keeping a good company with the people will really help you out. I think even Miss Pushpa was trying to answer that for you. So I'll just unmute her and then she can also. That's my bit on that. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I believe with you that, as Sir said, of course, life is fluid. It's not a straight line. So what we decide, we'll end up as that. That's a possibility, but we do keep changing. When it comes to civil services, let me tell you, my father was working with the RAW, one of the most prestigious intelligence agencies in the country. So, along with your your graduation, where you should do well, the prelim and main exams in IAS, you should also be updated on the current affairs, because When we talk about Indian administrative services, it means that you will be handling the management of the governments and in your state or your area, which means you should have a keen experience, an interest in understanding what's happening, where is politics going. You should have an opinion on it because your mains will ask details on what's your opinion on certain things. So you should definitely have kind of an interest in social sciences, and of course there is a physical test as well, and there are kind of recommendations for what is needed for men. So you should keep that in mind also. A lot of stamina definitely is needed. So work on your physical profile, work on your social awareness, and of course graduation definitely. Thank you.
Wonderful, in fact, wonderful advice. And I would rather make to generalize that as well, which is that please understand this. Being aware of your surroundings is an imperative. It's not an optional thing. Firstly, and it is not just relevant for people who are applying for civil services. You have to be well read either which way. So I was a national level quizzer, and I know whatever I'm in life today just because I was aware of things that happened. It's not about me or Pushpaji. Having said this, to read about things which are happening around you, you need to know them, because only when you know them will you have opinion about them. Firstly is to knowing them, right? And opinion can come a little later, right? So that's where I think general awareness or being well-read is an imperative thing. Don't make an option. No matter what you do, if you're well-read, you will always do better. Over to the next speaker. Vinodji is from Manipal University. We are short on time. We want to do this right on time. So over to you, Mr. Vinod. Just hold on. Give me a moment. I have to make you a co-host. I believe I missed out on doing that. Yeah, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. I was not able to unmute myself. Morning. Yeah, and let me just share my screen. Yeah. So good morning, everybody. I'm Vinod Kamath, representing Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Manipal. And so firstly, Mahe likes to thank campus coach Gitu for giving us this opportunity, and also the principal, faculty, and students of DPS Manali. So at the outset, let me start with the defining of success, because there are a lot of things. As just we had one question with respect to the civil services, I'd like to say that everything should be planned, and that plan should be taken in such a way that you meet those expectations or the goals that you set in a very religious manner. So when we say about success, it's not only what you have got in with respect to the percentage of marks or your education levels or CGPA and the CTC that you're going to get with the companies, but also it is something with respect to the knowledge, skills, and competency that you're going to earn with respect to your undergraduate courses, because these are the professional courses that you're entering into. And Mahe believes that unless and until the student develops understanding with respect to the subject of choice, it is not going to have much of influence in the respect to the career in making. So emphasizing on understanding and gaining more knowledge in the area of expertise, as Mr. Gaurav was just mentioning, and also along with that gaining the skills and competency is something which can keep you abreast with your career requirements or future requirements. So generally people talk about getting into a job, settling in life, and all those things. Yes, that is very important when you look at it in one perspective. But when we look at it as a career, and when we try to achieve our dreams, that is something which differentiates between a normal person and a person who has something else in his mind. So when we talk about a career, it's all about how good you are and how good understanding you have got with your subject. What are the knowledge? What about the amount of knowledge and the skills that you have got with respect to that particular area? And what is your urge for learning more and more as the day keeps going on? So it's a very big long-term investment with high risk taking factors incorporated in building a career, because it's a journey of life unlike what we have in job, and it is something which is going to fulfill your passion at the end of your lifetime. Of course, there is no end in building a career to once. So when we talk about career opportunities, there are n number of career opportunities that are at your disposal, but only thing is, how do you make a choice of your career? So let us first think about one point that there is nothing like a good or bad career choice, because unless and until you plunge into it, you never know what it is. So generally people go with the personal aspects like self-interest, pressure from the peers, as well as the family, restrictions with respect to the academic background, as well as the societal status, the economics of the country, and so on. But it also depends upon the credentiality of the university or institute that you are in, what kind of courses that you get to study, how flexible the university is with respect to the new education policies, and most often we are bogged down with public perception and acceptability. This is something that we need to remove from our mindset. So generally, we at my ensure that the students get into the booth of identifying their interest and upgrading their skills and also values in making sure that they pursue the dream of their career with respect to their ideologies. So preparing a career choice of list is something which is very important. Lot of time has to be invested to think, read, and discuss. Of course, eligibility requirements is something that has to be noted down, because unless and until you achieve these eligibility requirements, you may not get the eligibility criteria fulfilled. And of course, look into the growth opportunities that is going to be a part of it over the years. So we say that a career can be satisfying and rewarding if a right choice is made. And to the work you love, you don't have to work for life. You are in a juncture where you are going to identify which fits into your requirements. So let us go through what we have for you at the kitty. So talking about Mahimanipal, started in the year 1953 with the medical college in Manipal, the first self-financed medical college in Manipal. Manipal has been a long way into the educational system, and today it is almost 63 years of existence. And looking into the growth and the strength of the level of education that is imparted by Manipal, the government of India provided it with the deemed to be university status in the year 93. And during our 25th years of celebration in 2018, we added another feather in our cap with the Institution of Eminence, one of the first universities with the University Institution of Eminence tag by the Ministry of Education, Government of India. So we have segregated our educational requirements into three domains of health science, science, technology and management, humanities, liberal arts and social sciences. More than 33 institutions with more than 450 odd programs. At undergraduate level, we have more than 70 programs for you to explore from. And of course, once you're done with it, you can even think of getting into the higher education with post-graduation and of course with the terminal degree of a PhD. So to just identify and ease out your understanding with respect to the undergraduate courses, we have highlighted it in bold letters. So you can enter into medicine, dentistry, pharmacy, allied health, nursing, life science, engineering, architecture, design, commerce, hotel management, applied sciences, media and communication, humanities, languages, arts and design. So you name it, we have it. Those who are from arts and commerce background, they have got a lot of choices to choose from: allied health, bachelor of business administration, commerce, integrated programs of commerce, which is something which is like hot cake today. Many people are looking for this because it's a commerce and management integrated program. Bachelor of design, hotel management, vocational courses, BSc, and fine arts, bachelor of fine arts. All these things are something which is possible. And beyond this, we have just mentioned a few over here. And if you're from a science background with PCB, then you have of course MBBS and BDS coming into picture along with the pharmacy, and the rest of the courses are also available to you guys, which has been previously stated. So along with this, you can even enter into hotel management, which is hospitality services again. And then coming to the PCM, who have taken under the mathematics, then of course MBBS and BDS are ruled out for you, but you still have pharmacy and the engineering courses. So Manipal offers around 17 engineering courses, and the rest of the courses which are available for both the options are also available for you without any questions. So coming to the importance of identifying your interest as well as choosing the colleges, understand that academics is very important. The contents, course contents, electives, flexibility, faculty competence, the teaching learning process, infrastructure, everything comes into picture. But along with that, also remember the support systems like hostel, mentoring and counseling, health care, sports, student clubs, which is going to be a part of your non-curricular, extracurricular activities, ability for you to enter into the startups, becoming an entrepreneur. So if you have ideas, converting it into reality, and moreover, interaction with the alumni. Manipal has a very big alumni base of more than 150,000 students who have graduated from Manipal, and today they are heading most of the national and international corporates, and they are helm of the at the corporate level. So these people come back and support their juniors in a very big way, and the excellent placement numbers shows that our students get all the support from their alumni who are already a part of the corporate world. So along with that, let me tell you, it's campus life that is going to bring a lot of changes in the personality development of an individual. Manipal, in this very small area of a radius of around 1 to 1.5 kilometers, provide you with an opportunity to mingle with more than 25,000 students from Pan India and across 52 countries with more than 65 nationalities, which allows you to build a very strong network base. Wherever you go in the world, you will bump into an Manipalite, that's for sure. So it's not only that you are going to work around with the educational requirements, but also it is an overall development with respect to each and every aspect of learning. Along with that, we have a very transparent admission and rest of the processes, and the entire time that you will be with Manipal, you will be as a part of the integrated system. Along with all these things, there is something called as an experiential learning, working and learning beyond classes. Classroom learning is something which is possible today even without attending the classes, because information is at your disposal. But when you want to put your understanding and learning into reality, that is where the experiential learning comes in. So you work on real world problems, you try to bridge the gap between theory and practice, and also the engagements with your peers as well as your seniors and juniors, and also with the industry and alumni, which is going to build up your personality. It also helps you to learn the teamwork, and also can build your leadership skills, which is something that we at Mahe focus at the highest level. For us, every learner must be a problem solver. So there are a few experiential learning projects that our students do without any academic support. So this is not going to have any additional impact on their academics, but this is something that they learn and do out of passion, purely driven by passion. More than 10 years into the system, we have more than 40 projects that are going on, and all the projects are internationally recognized and have been winning laurels. Welcome to Manipal Academy of Higher Education. We are open now with the admissions for 2021. The details are rolled out on our website, www.manipal.edu. If you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to write to us at admissions@manipal.edu. What is it for you at Manipal? Along with all the things said, we also provide opportunity with respect to ideating, incubating, and innovating. So Manipal provides you the incubation centers where you can really convert your ideas and become an entrepreneur at your graduation level itself. And also a comfortable stay experience, homely stay experience that you are going to get in Manipal because of the cultural diversity. Of course, ranking forms a very integral part of any institution when the choice comes for parents and students. We are ranked both nationally and internationally in top 1% of the rankings, whether it is the whole university or it is individual units of university. So everywhere you can find us that whatever the ranking agencies here are, we are in the top 1%. So you name it, we have it. Except for law and agriculture, we provide education in all domains. Whether it is national or international, the recognition is high. We provide you with semester abroad programs, integrated programs, twinning programs. So you just want to know more about us, please let us know. All the admission process are based on merit. There is no management quota. There are no other ways of admitting other than general category and foreign category. So all the informations, eligibility criteria, formalities, and process are online. We don't have any intermediate agents. So please don't trust anyone. It is only manipal.edu website which can get you through. Lot of scholarships at disposal, not only during the time of entry, but also when you keep growing with your academics year by year. So it is from the start, you can go for scholarships, or even when you are into the course, if you don't get it at the beginning, when you are excelling with your academics, you can also get scholarships in the meantime. So website available over here, some of the scholarships already mentioned, and of course that is going to be added more when your time comes into joining us. We have added for those who are from Bangalore who want to still stay at Bangalore and study. We have Srishti Manipal Institute of Art, Design and Technology, which we have recently taken over, and we are providing a lot of courses at Bangalore. And also people who are interested in medical sciences and want to stay in their geographical location at the northern part of the country, we have Manipal Tata Medical College recently tied up with Tata Institute for at Jamshedpur. Some of the important links, you can just take a snapshot of this, and you can visit us. And of course, you can follow us on social media. We will be available to help you out at any given point of time. So thank you, Gaurav. And of course, if you have any questions as per the requirements, Gaurav will mention you. I can answer your questions. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinod. Thank you for your presentation. And obviously, Manipal is a very, very established institution in the country doing fantastic work. Obviously, as I mentioned, we'll take up now the question at the last. So I request you to stay back for all the questions which the students have, which Ms. Ruchi will be driving with them. I move on to the next speaker, is from the Institute of Design, Strat Institute of Design. Thomas Dahl is with us. Thomas, allow me to make you the co-host, and then we can, in fact, you can unmute yourself and then kickstart this. Thomas, over to you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. So I'm Thomas. I'm representing Strat School of Design, which is a French design school. We are now in Bangalore. It's been 3 years and a half that we are in Bangalore. We are also everywhere in the world. We have got 4 campuses. One is in Paris. This is a mothership, I would say. The other one is in Lyon, which is the second biggest city in France. We've got one in Singapore, and we've got one in Bangalore. Okay, we are opening in Mexico and Africa next year, so we are expanding. You know, we are known as one of the most important school of design in the world for transportation design, for interaction design, and product design. We are ranked second in Europe. We are amongst the 20 best schools of the world overall, knowing that we are a private school and not a government school. Generally, only the government schools are in the top ranks, you know, because there is a big amount of points given to the government school. So we are a very well-known school. So I've got a very big PowerPoint that I can show you, you know, showing you that we've got internship, we've got good teacher, we've got this, that. I could go through this, but I think it would be boring. You've seen a lot of very good schools today. You've got a lot of very good presentation. So we've got this. We've got all this. How can I say? These facilities. We've got computer rooms, lab rooms. We've got all this kind of stuff. What I would like to tell you is, and I'm going to use a little bit of my presentation for that, is that I don't know if you noticed, but the world is changing. Okay, the world is changing very fast. It's really changing fast, and there is a newcomer that came in March, actually in February last year, this year, Mr. COVID-19, that changed it even faster than usual. The change that happens. Let's take this like that. I'm going to share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, Thomas, we can see a screen.
Can you see it full screen?
No,
Yes.
not the full screen. And now the full screen is there as well.
Now it's full screen. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a world as you could have seen him in the year 0. Okay. You can. I'm sure you can recognize most of the limits. And this is a world in 2020. As you can see, there's not a lot of difference, huh? And not really. But if you look at something else, this is this. this is the growth of the GDP, meaning the GDP is the revenues of the human work on Earth, let's say, the industry and all this kind of stuff. You can see that the evolution is drastic, you know. During the first, I would say, 1,900, 800 years, there was absolutely no evolution in the world. Everybody was eating what they were growing and things like that. And this is how it is. And if you look at the last, let's say, 100, 150 years, there is coming from 0 to 150 trillions GDP. It means that the human activity, industry, commerce, business, has grown up like exploded. This curve is an exponential curve, okay? And it's never going to stop. And you see, the more it goes, the more it's faster, okay? So, and this was before COVID, okay? With the COVID situation, there is an even faster evolution of the world, where, you know, before, you know, if you look at the patent, I don't know if you know what is a patent. A patent is what people, you know, when I invent something, I put a patent on it for others not to be able to use what I invented, okay? In the last 6 months, there were as much patents put and saved in the world, as much patent as in the last 50 years. Okay? So the world is getting crazy fast. Everything is changing. You know, the world that you guys are going to know in 5, 10 years is going to be so completely different from mine, from the one I've been through from my teenager. Your teenage time, or your children teenage time, will be so different than yours that it will be like a 3 or 4 generation gap. You're digital natives. You are born with this in your hands. I had my first phone when I was 26. Okay, so the gap of way of thinking, the gap of way of living is so different now that the world needs to be reinvented. We are coming to the end of a world, and we are starting a new one. Doesn't mean that it's going to be the end of the world. That's not what I meant. What I mean here, it's just the end of this world, and we are starting a new one. But starting something means inventing something, because you're starting something. Okay, you need to start something from something. Okay, so you need to evolve something to something else. You need to change the rules. You need to change the way people are going to live into this world. And for this, you know, we already seen that people, you know, were studying with chalk on stone. Now they are using an iPad with Wi-Fi communication and things like that. Everything is going digital now. You can buy everything. You know, you can buy nail polish, food. You can order movies online. Everything is getting digital. That's for sure. But with the COVID, you know, everything even been faster transforming to digital. You can do nearly 99.7% of what you could do before COVID can be done now digitally. Okay, so something that is also going to change is you've got a lot of pollution and wastage on the world that we have now and need to be changed. So we have to reinvent the full cycle of industry, and this is because of this guy, the COVID-19. Okay, so we are going to from one world to another. And for that, design is the key. People will tell you that engineering is the key, because engineering will be the one that are going to think about what's coming. But actually, it's not true. Engineering are thinking about how to make things according to what have been thought before. Engineers are the ones that are making things. Designers are the ones that are inventing things. And after they are working with engineers to make them true and make them real. So designers are going to be the key points, the turning points of what's next. So this is really, and I don't know if you noticed, maybe you didn't, but I'm in the design since the last 30 years, so I noticed that. There's a lot of schools of design that are blooming everywhere. Manipal just acquired a very well-known school of design. because they see that design is something that is coming. Okay, all these universities everywhere are starting design schools from scratch. They are starting to see what's coming in the design, because they feel we know what's coming and we are ready for it. Okay, so the way we teach design is adapted to what the students will need in the few coming years. Because the world is changing, the jobs that are going to, we don't know them yet. So everybody that is going to tell you that I'm going to train you to be an AI engineer, I'm going to train, this is true, completely wrong. Because these jobs will not exist in 5 years anymore. There will be difference, there will be evolution from these jobs. I'm not saying that it's not going to exist at all. I'm saying that it's going to evolve in something else. So the basic skills that you students need to look into when you're going to look at your next university, your next move, being in the medicine, being in the engineering, being in the marketing, whatever, is to find a school that is going to train you to get you prepared for the unknown. Because to be realistic, everybody that is, anyone that is telling you that they know what's going to happen in 5 years is a super big liar. We don't know. And even the experts, of reading the trends and things like that, will not know. We don't even know if the schools are going to reopen this semester or the next semester. Nobody knows that. We don't know if next semester we are going to be online or not. So how can they tell you what is going to be your job in 5 years? Okay, the world is changing, and the big key job, the big key formation, education that will help you to deal with unknown and to find solutions to problems will be designers. Designers, this is how we train designers. We don't train designers to do a job. We train designers to understand the situation, find what is the problem, what is the sand grain that is blocking the system, and solve it according to what is needed to be done. And this can be applied in a lot of things. There are designers that are working for medical, there are designers that are working for industry, that are designers that are working for politicians, there are designers that are not only for making logos, they are building strategies, they are helping build companies, they are building businesses, they are building a lot of things. There are designers that are entrepreneurs, there are designers that are in big companies, that are designers that are super managers, that are designers that are doers. There's a lot of different ways of being a designer. And in Strat, what we are sure that when you join a school like ours, we will train you in the basic skill of understanding what needs to be done, how to do it. But we are going to be sure that you are going to be true to yourself when you're going to do it. Not all our students will be the same when they will go out of the school. There will be students that want to draw, some students that want to think, some students that want to be in the medical, some students that want to earn a lot of money, some students want to work for social environments. And all this is taken care in Strat because we've got kind of it's not really like that, but a kind of a la carte teaching where each student will be trained according to their wish and what they want. I feel that I'm more into the digital world on electronic devices. Okay, I'm going to get some specific training for that. I'm more into the social environment and I want to train the lower pyramid people to increase their revenues and work with the craftsmanship. Okay, we are going to train you with that. So basically, Strat is a design school that is helping to nurture students according to what they really want to do. And you will say, yes, but I'm 17. I don't really know exactly what I want to do. That's true. Most of you who don't know yet what you want to do. And this is why in Strat, we've got a program where students, when they are entering the school, they are exposed to all the field of design during 2 years. They will do a little bit of social, a little bit of product transport, interaction, identity, and everything. They will discover all this, and they will take the decision about what they really want to do and how they want to do it. And then at the end of the second year. And in the third year, they will go to specialization. And then only they will get their stuff. So in Strat, because we need to speak about that, in Strat, we've got 4 campuses, I told you that. We are offering a 5-year program, 3 years and 5 years. So it's a 3-year BSc and a 5-year MSc program. So BSc means Master of Science in Design, MSc Master of Science in Design. And we are offering a dual graduation. It means when you graduate from Strat, you've got a graduation from UGC India. So you've got an Indian graduation, and you've also got the Parisian one. So for the same amount, I would say, on the same time spent, you've got two graduations. So you've got two masters out of 5 years in design. All the other university will propose to you in India one graduation, Indian graduation, out of 6 years. Okay, 4 years for DDS, 6 years for MDS. We are offering you a Master of Design, two Masters of Design in 5 years, and one will be a French one from a very internationally recognized university. But this is something that you should not care about. You know, graduations is something that is so outdated. You know, the paper that you will get will be so outdated. Gaurav, I need your help. I didn't check my time. I don't know how much time I still have.
You have a couple of minutes, Thomas. Yeah.
So you should not care about which kind of graduation you will get at the end. You should be careful about what kind of skills you're going to get. We've noticed in the industry that the bigger ones are starting not to look even at the resumes of people that are applying to the jobs. They are organizing big entrance and admission sessions where they're giving problems to people. Like there is 20, 30, 100 people there. They're giving them a huge problem. And they look at them, and people will be working alone, trying to solve the problem. Others will be collaborating. And according to your behavior and your ability to solve the problem or not, you will get hired. And if you're a doctor or a journalist or whatever, if you can solve the problem that has been given to you, it means that you are good for the job that we are going to ask you to do. So graduation is something that is very, very outdated now. You should look at what is the content of the courses I'm going to get. And this is the most important. And I really, really would like to alert students about this, about big graduations that are allowed. You know, big papers with nice stamps that are allowed in terms of knowledge, in terms of skills, in terms of know-how. You need to make a big difference between the knowledge and the know-how. And the know-how is really what you need to look into that now. And this is what we are focusing in Strat by in our 4 departments: mobility, product, identity, and interaction. We've got internship. I told you that I'm going to go through this very quickly because we are doing, everybody is doing the good stuff. You know, there's a lot of good university. So we are all doing the good stuff. It's the only difference between doing the good stuff and doing well the good stuff is what is going to make the difference. We are all doing internship. We are all having, a relationship with the industry. We are all having this. But who is the industry you're linked with? What are the internships you've got? How do you link people? Do you have an internship where you're going to make coffee? Or is the school making sure that you're going to have an internship with people that are going to teach you things? Because, making coffee in Google is not as much important as working on a real project in a small company here in India, because you will learn more from that. And in terms of skills, you might get much more on your portfolio, will be better at the end. You might not have the Google logo on your resume at the end, but you've got some very good skills that are going to be valuable in every job that you're going to get. And this is my message here, guys, is that we've got a lot of brands, we've got a lot of names, we are preparing you for the future. This is a marketing speech that I can tell you. Okay, we've got links with 50 schools all over the world. You can share, we can have semester exchanges with them. We are a member of the World Organization. We are a member of Cumulus. All this is the academics part. Okay, we are a top-notch university that's okay with this. But the contents and the spirit of the school is what is making a difference. I invite you to go to our Instagram and to discuss with our students. Instagram will be strat_India. You will find some names. We are reblogging some work from our students. And you will discuss with them about what is the spirit of the school, how do they feel in the school. They don't feel at school at all. We are a kind of training camp, mentoring camp, where we are raising adults, young adults, to be good adults and good professionals for the future. It's not a school. We don't have so much exams. We don't have all this kind of stuff. But doesn't mean that we are not doing things. We are working super hard, but we're having a lot of fun doing it. And we are very accurate and specific and very professional in the way we are doing it, but students don't feel that we are pushing them super hard. Standards, we need a 50% pass from a recognized board. We are not looking at toppers because, education toppers generally are not super good designers. So if you don't feel that you are good in school, you might be a super good designer, okay? And toppers, most of the time, are not the best designers, okay? So, and we are looking at any streams because we like in our school to get some commerce-minded fighting and discussing with physics on a science mind that are discussing with arts minds, and all of them, sharing ideas will emulate and create some very, very beautiful ideas. And this is what creativity is all about, sharing and emulating ideas, okay? And this is why we are looking at all streams. So don't feel shy if you don't know how to draw, if you are not an art guy, to try at least and to document yourself about design. It could be a very, very interesting career that you might not have thought about. And believe me, I'm going to go very, very, so application, we go it online, I will share with you. These are our students, they are coming from all over the world. Okay, we are very hands-on on what we do. We are going out to draw. We are having some exposition. We are visiting some stuff. I'm going very fast. We are having some dancing competition in the class also because sometimes dancing is a way of expressing yourself. Some work of our students. Okay, I'm going very fast because I think that I'm out of time very soon. Gaurav, please tell me if it's the case. These are some awards. So Ivanka in the middle won the TVS design competition for the design of the blue pie that you've seen there. And the guy with a checker t-shirt on her left won the third place with the TVS sports edition that you see on the left, the red and white one. She's there, there are both of them there. These are some work, space design, product design, digital design. These are some transportation design work of our students. Nobody explains spaceships. We are doing also some fun stuff for gaming and things like that. This is a fun stuff. We are a French school, so you're going to go international. There are exchanges with France, Singapore, and everything. We've got a dual graduation. We don't have teachers. This is something that is very important, and this is why the spirit of the school is so different. We don't have teachers in the school. You will not face, PhDs, like old guys that are going to look at you from below like this, on telling you their life. No, we are going to have in the school no teachers. We are going to have only professionals, design professionals that are going to teach you how they do the job every day. This is making a big difference in terms of relationship because you will not have this teacher-student relationship with the teachers, with the mentors, faculties. I don't know how to call them because they are not teachers. And we will have also, they will not come for teaching. They are sharing more than teaching. And this is making a difference. I'm not going to go into the technicality of education where you don't pull but you push, or where you don't pull but you pull, reverse classroom or this kind of stuff.
Almost final 30 seconds.
Yeah, okay. So we are global. We've got an alumni of more than 10,000 students all over the world. We are industry connected, I tell you. We've got a lot of tools, 3D printers, scanners, virtual labs, and all this kind of stuff. And mainly what we are focusing at the end, I told you, is that we are making sure that you've got a super huge portfolio that is going to be super sexy in the market in order for you to get the best job. Okay, and we've got some success. Julien Montousset is in only 10 years becomes the head of design of Mazda the cars. Okay, Dorothée Ménichon won so many awards. David Carvalho is a senior VP architect for Pininfarina, which is one of the most legendary car design studio in the world. Michael Arbom is a product design lead at IDEO. IDEO is one of the most well-known strategic design studio in the world in San Francisco. There's everywhere, but more in San Francisco. Zenith is one of the most famous watch company. I'm not presenting Rolls-Royce. Everybody knows Rolls-Royce. Philippe Gilbertus, okay, director of design for Rolls-Royce. These are our alumni. This is the kind of guys I'm speaking every day with in order to get them to teach you in the school. Okay, so Strat is our website, www.strat.im. It's a French, so you don't say straight or strat, or it's Strat. Okay, you do it as you can. strate.n.in, sorry. You can take a snapshot of this. This is our contact. Janabi will be our contact person. You can call her to get any information from the school. Believe me, if you're not thinking about design, it's worth your 1 or 2 hours of your time just to check what design can be and what it can lead to. And if you want, we've got some Instagram sessions. You can look in Instagram below, strat_India. We've got some Instagram live sessions this week, every Wednesday evenings, in order to tell you what about design, to answer all your questions if you are curious about it. Okay? Thank you very much. I hope I'm not too long, Gaurav, and I'm finished with it.
Thank you, Thomas. Very passionate presentation. Thomas is passionate about design, and when he talks about design, then the world only is about design for that matter. So having said this, thank you very much. I move on. I invite Neha Verma from Flame University, Pune. Over to you, Neha.
Yeah, hi. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Gaurav, for giving us the opportunity, and thank you to the management of DPS Manali for allowing us to come and interact with your students. I'm Neha Verma, and I represent Flame University. Flame stands for Foundation for Liberal and Management Education, and this university is situated in Pune. It's a beautiful 75-acre campus with all world-class amenities. And we are extremely famous for the quality of education, the unique combination of courses, the infrastructure, and the faculty that we have at Flame University. So I will just share my screen quickly and will enlighten you about the courses that we offer at Flame University. So is my screen visible?
Yeah, it's coming through.
Okay. One second.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So talking about the courses that we offer at Flame, we offer a BA in economics, psychology, literary and cultural studies, international studies, environmental studies, journalism, public policy, sociology. We offer a BA honors in economics, a BSc in applied mathematics, a BSc honors in computer science, a BBA in finance, marketing, human resources, operations, entrepreneurship, and general management, and BBA communications management in advertising and branding, digital marketing and communications, film and television, and communication studies. So there are basically 22 majors and minors that we offer at Flame University, out of which you can make about 300 plus unique combinations. Apart from this, we also offer dance, music, theatre, and design, which can only be opted as minors. So students, what is liberal education? Liberal education basically means that, we give you the liberty and the, choice to choose what you like to do. So it's a very different methodology of studying. Even if you're from a commerce background, you can pick up courses like, BBA in advertising and branding. Even if you're from an arts background, you can take up applied mathematics, or you can take up BBA in marketing. So here, what we do is that the first year is the foundation year. Each one of you have to do the foundation courses, do a full study, a full research, and then towards the end of first year, along with your mentors, you will be deciding that, yes, my interest lies in so-and-so subject. So this has to be my major and the other one has to be my minor. So you will not be, getting influenced by anyone. At your tender age, everybody is either influenced or, you just listen to what your friends are saying, what your family is saying, but there's no clarity in your mind on where exactly your interest lies in. So here at Flame University, we give you the option to do a full year research on various subjects, and then declare your majors and minor, then decide what you want to specialize in. So our program structure is basically divided into 4 parts: the foundation courses, specialization courses, experiential learning courses, and open elective courses. So as I was talking to you about the foundation courses, we offer 8 core courses that each one of you has to take up. at Flame University. And along with this, you need to pick up a minimum of 2 courses from each of the 5 universes of knowledge, which are, I will just explain you in detail. So the 4 courses are academic writing, critical reasoning, public speaking and debate, digital literacy, introduction to applied ethics, environmental studies, mental models, and financial literacy. And we keep on adding these courses and get you the new ones in demand. And the universes of knowledge are these. So under physical and natural sciences, we offer genetics, planet Earth, ideas of modern physics, quantitative methods, programming. Under fine and performing arts, we offer contemporary dance, music and culture, expression in 3D, typography and calligraphy, sculpture. Under global studies, we offer various languages like French, Mandarin, Urdu, Sanskrit, Persian, German, Japanese, Spanish. Under social sciences, we offer advertising, gender and sexuality, thinking like an economist, archaeology, and Earlier, this process used to be pan-India in almost 10 cities across India, but due to the current situation, we have made it purely online. So the selection criteria includes basically your field, the essay, the interview, past academic records, extracurricular achievements, and your statement of purpose. So everything holds the equal importance. So you all must be very careful while filling up the form. Now, coming to the admission calendar, as I told you, one round is already over, which was called the early decision round. Now, there are 4 other options for you, one in January, February, March, and April. A student gets a maximum of 2 attempts. So, my suggestion is if you visit our website, if you like the university, you must try and apply for the January round, because even if one doesn't get through, you can always reapply for the other rounds. The fee structure is about 8,60,000 per annum, including everything. And we offer both need-based and merit-based scholarships at Plain University. In fact, there are students who are studying at 100% scholarship also. So the scholarship varies from 10% to 100%. Merit-based would, totally depend upon your past academic records and the performance in the entrance exam. If you perform very well, you will automatically get scholarship in your offer letter. But if you get selected and no scholarship is offered and there's a need, you can always, opt for a need-based scholarship. We also run summer immersion program at Plain University every year in the months of May and June. This is for applicants who are currently in grade 10th and 11th. So the batch, so it's basically, an experience to experience the life in a liberal education university campus. What is liberal education? How you should go about choosing the courses. Special focus is given on teamwork and leadership skills. It's a it's a 2 weeks hands-on program at university. But this year, due to COVID situation, we did it online. But hopefully next year, we will be running these 2 batches on campus. These are some of the glimpses. So I think we still have time. So can we show a small video of about 4 to 5 minutes?
No, we don't have time. Yeah, we're done.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will just show you some of the glimpses. Like this is the cafeteria, the open amphitheater, the library, which has almost 35,000 plus books, the lecture rooms, recording studio, field, and so on. So I would request you to visit our website, and you can always get in touch with us for any of the queries, and I'll be very happy to answer any of the questions. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Neha. We have a couple of more speakers, so which is why, and you can certainly take up the question answer when it comes, right? So I go to my second last speaker, which is from Gujarat, Ahmedabad University, and then we go to finally to Ms. Shreya from Ryerson University, Canada. These are the final 2 speakers, and then we dive into Q&A straight after that. Gudam, over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Gaurav. Thank you to DPS Manali School and the management and the principal for allowing us to interact with the students. I'll just share my screen. I hope it's visible.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so as the name suggests, so we are Ahmedabad University. We are based out of the entrepreneurial and now a heritage city of India, Ahmedabad. So we are right in the heart of the city. That actually helps us to connect with a lot of people around, and of course gives a lot of opportunities to the students also to connect with the city as well. So there are of course various avenues in and around the campus itself. So just a brief about Ahmedabad University. So we are a private non-profit university that is based on the ethos of liberal education and also focused on research and interdisciplinary learning. So the university itself was set up in 2009 by the Ahmedabad Education Society, but the society itself dates back to 1935 and was set up at the behest of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who was of the belief that education will be the most driving factor going forward. I mean, during those times, and so the AES was set up to but we follow the principle that it's the education that makes the students the elite citizens of the country. So we allow students to take up that kind of an opportunity through our need blind scholarships. So approximately 10% of the student intake is our first time learners. Coming to the school, so we have Amrit Modi School of Management. There's a School of Engineering and Applied Science, and a School of Arts and Sciences, which has multiple divisions such as the biological and life sciences, humanities and languages, mathematical and physical sciences, performing and visual arts, and the social sciences. So it's a very so while there is management and engineering, there is also the arts and sciences. So the students can actually take up courses. They can of course do a major, and then they can also look at areas in, say, for example, they come in for say a management or a BBA program. They can also look at courses from the School of Arts and Sciences, which could be psychology. So the basically a liberal education structure allows the students to design their own curriculum and also cut across various areas. Now, say suppose they do a BBA in human resources, right? So they major in human resources, but they can also take up a minor or free electives in the field of psychology, which makes it a very good combination. So those are the kind of combination. And if they even come for BTech, say computer science, they can actually learn a language like Japanese. So those are the kind of combinations that the students get through liberal education. We also allow students to come in as an undeclared major, where in the first year they go through diverse areas, understand, and then declare their major. So it is not mandatory for them to declare a major in the first year itself. Moving on, so we have 4 centers: the Global Center for Environment and Energy, a very unique center. If you would have heard about 1.5 degree, decline in the temperature due to global warming, a particular report was published by the UN. That particular report was, done here with the help of faculty and researchers. Then there is a venture studio, which basically is an incubation center, allows students to look at incubators or startups with their ideas. They can come in, and then our mentors will be there to guide them and also help them to move ahead in that particular area. Center for Learning Future talks about various methodologies in terms of learn innovation in learning methodologies. Center for Heritage Management, it's a very unique center. It is working on conservation of tangible and intangible heritage, not just in Ahmedabad, but across the country as well. A very good academic leadership is what we have, and we have Professor Pankaj Chandra, who is a PhD from the Wharton School. He's also been the former director at IIM Bangalore. Professor Devnath Tirupati, he's an IITian from IIM and also from MIT. He heads the Amrit Modi School of Management. Professor Patrick French, he's a renowned biographer. He he was the authorized biographer for V.S. Naipaul, who's a Nobel laureate. Professor Sanjay Chaudhary heads the School of Engineering, and Professor Raghavan Rangarajan, he's a cosmologist, and his research is based on a few seconds after the Big Bang theory. And Professor Deepak Kunjro is the Dean, Graduate School of Graduate School and Research. Coming to the liberal education, so interdisciplinary education is what we believe in, and that's what it allows the students to look at, get a depth in their area of interest, but also look at various other areas. So they get the depth, but also get the breadth in terms of knowledge. So interdisciplinarity allows them, again, as I said, so for example, they come in for a integrated masters in life sciences. So they look at, say a computer science course. They take up, say, an artificial intelligence. So that helps them to understand how is technology driving, the particular area in life sciences, because right now, technology is driving multiple areas. So that's the kind of learning that happens within interdisciplinary education. Of course, it's not just the classroom learning, because whatever theory or whatever it is discussed in the classroom, you have to use that application outside the classroom as well. So it's all about problem solving and critical thinking, which is an integral part of university life. So my suggestion to students is to come in with an open mind, explore areas, and then go ahead and decide your major. I mean, if you've decided it before entering the university, well and good, but if you are still confused about it, go through a particular range of areas and then decide which is your area of interest. And of course, we promote research as well. So these are the programs that we offer. So Amrit Modi School of Management offers BBA honors in 9 majors. There's a BCom honors program as well, integrated BBA, MBA in family, business, and entrepreneurship. School of Arts and Sciences offers a BA honors in economics, history, a very unique program in which is philosophy, history, and languages, psychology, social and political science, a BS honors in computer science, physics, integrated masters in life sciences, which is a 5-year program, and the School of Engineering and Applied Science offers BTech in chemical, computer science, and mechanical engineering. So all our programs are 4-year programs, except for the integrated MBA and the integrated MS Life Sciences, which are 5-year programs. So this is a program structure at the Ahmedabad University. So the foundation program, you come in, as I said, you can come in as an undeclared student, and it is mandatory for all students to go through this particular foundation program. They could be from management, technology, or from arts and sciences. So there are very unique areas that the students actually go through. So there's, of course, there are 6 domains that they can look at. There is data science, communication, materials, biology and life sciences, behavior, constitution, and civilization. So these are the 6 domains that get covered during the foundation program. And also within, there are other opportunities where there are thematics that are defined in this particular foundation program. So such as water. Now, just the other day I read the news that, water as a commodity got listed in the US stock exchange. So that actually shows that, water is one of the biggest challenges of the future. So those are the kind of things that you actually get to understand in these kind of, courses that are offered during the foundation program. And in fact, our students move out to, get details of, problems related to, say, water or neighborhoods or human capital or democracy and justice. And then they, come back to the classroom, interact with each other, and then, of course, present it to the classroom. So those are the kind of things that they do in the foundation program. There is a general education requirement where they get to explore, from areas of the arts and sciences that I discussed earlier. Of course, then they look at major. It could be from humanities, sciences, or BTech. There are minors or free electives. So a minor is not mandatory. Say a student wants a major and a minor combination, they are open to do that. But if they feel that, they want to explore and take up courses from multiple areas, they can, of course, go ahead with that. Volunteerism is, of course, a big part of the program, where we want them to stay connected to the society. So at least for a semester, they have to take up volunteer projects related to either with an NGO or with the state government or with the central government. these are some of the learning initiatives. The Nalanda, of course, is a student-driven initiative where the students invite people from all walks of life, from the industry, from art and craft, and from economists to television to film. So people from multiple backgrounds come and interact with the students on pressing issues within the society. And then there is an independent study period, which is a very unique concept, which allows students to explore interdisciplinarity and also look at passion. So one of the courses that is offered is designing a musical instrument right from scratch. So that's a very unique concept that we at Ahmedabad University follow. And of course, there is the undergraduate research program that they can look at. Coming to the undergraduate admission, so apart from the BTech program, where JEE Main or a Gujarat ACPC score is required, we follow a holistic admission process for the School of Management and the School of Arts and Sciences. So there is academic performance, which is from class 10th, 11th, and 12th. Extracurricular achievements, and we value individuality. So you could be a theater artist, you could be a debater, you could be a musician, you could be a football player. So you have to upload those extracurricular achievements. There's a personal statement that you will have to write out, and of course followed by a personal interaction with the faculty. It's about knowing the person behind that particular application, and of course about your aspirations. How do you see yourself fitting into the university? Some of those things, and that the faculty would want to understand. Early admissions are already open, and as I said, we offer financial aid in terms of merit and need-based scholarships. A glimpse of the campus life, various clubs and societies, various sports activities. There is a whole group of sports activities that are accessible to the students. And of course, we celebrate Navratri as well with Navratri, and of course, other festivals as well. And these are my details. In case there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Thank you, Gaurav. I hope I'm on time.
Thank you, Gurdam. I would not deliberate much because we have just conclude the final speaker as well. In fact, she was supposed to be at your place. In fact, my regret to her. Shreya, I couldn't see your name, but now finally I can see it. Shreya Podar from Ryerson. Little challenging. There were 4 Shreyas in the queue, so I didn't want to make an incorrect pick. But having said this, now you're here. Over to you, Shreya.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. My name is Shreya Podar, and I am the Senior Recruitment Advisor for Ryerson University. And we are based in downtown Toronto. So we are not your typical campus-based university. And I'm going to take you all through a little bit about the location, our programs, and various other opportunities as students that you all can avail of while you're studying in Canada. So we always like to associate ourselves with, saying that the university is a world of possibilities, and I'm going to tie that in a little later. So like I said, the university is located in downtown Toronto. It is right in the heart of the city, and it cannot be more centrally located. And that is one of our biggest USPs, is our location that helps us give our students the best possible co-op opportunities and internship opportunities, as we have great industry connections. A little bit more in terms of facts about Toronto. Parents and students do get concerned that if it's in downtown, is it safe or not, and all of that. So for that, Toronto is the safest city in all of North America and the 10th most livable city in the world. So definitely a destination that you can pick to, go ahead and continue with your further studies. Also, Canada as a country is one of the most welcoming countries when it comes to international students, and Toronto's 50% of Toronto's population is migrants. So you will not feel out of place. You will definitely feel at home and very well welcome. Even though being in downtown, campus is not scattered around, so you're not running from one place to another, from one building to another to go for your classes. As you can see, all the buildings in blue is all Ryerson property. It's within 2 city blocks. And most of our buildings are connected through an underground tunnel. So in case you're not a fan of the winters, although the school, I'm guessing most of y'all are, live in Manali, so y'all are probably the most accustomed batch that is there from India to be okay with the winters. But again, if you're not, most of our buildings are connected through an underground tunnel, which you can use to go from, if you don't want to walk up in the cold. Even our residence halls, if you see my cursor, one building is here, the other one is here, and the other one's here. So you can actually just walk to class and you will be there on time. Now coming to talking about the university. We are a public research university, and we have about 45,000 students on campus, of which 36,600 students are undergraduate students. So we are a largely and highly undergraduate focused university. We offer 60 plus areas of specialization across our 6 faculties. And we do have 80 plus university partnerships, which I will talk about. And also we have students coming in from 146 different countries every year at Ryerson. So it is as multiculturally diverse as it can be. Talking about our faculties. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the top programs in each one of these, and then talk about like the requirements and all of that. So now starting with the Faculty of Arts, our most popular program within this faculty is the BA Psychology program, which offers students 200 hours of mandatory internship. Being in downtown, we are surrounded by 7 hospitals, so you do get a lot of hands-on learning. Another very popular program is environment and urban planning. So if you are interested in that aspect as well, we actually do have a half-acre rooftop farm where we grow our own produce and which is used in our cafeterias, and then the rest we sell at a farmer's market. Also, our international economics and finance is housed within this faculty. Most programs within this faculty have an internship component embedded in the program. Moving on to the Faculty of Communication and Design. It is one of our oldest faculties, and we have about 15 programs housed within this faculty, starting from fashion designing, interior designing, theater, art, dance, music, new media, media production, journalism. 2 programs that I want to highlight within this faculty is something called as Creative Industries. It's a one-of-a-kind program in North America where you are interested in the design and communication world, but you want to learn how it runs as a business. So it's a combination of the design communication along with our business program, and you get experience through that. Another program is called Bachelor's in Sports Media, and it is the only program in all of North America that is there with it's a degree program. So again, if you're inclined or interested in sports, but you don't necessarily play it or want to play it, but you want to understand how that industry works, so you want to work within that. So it's a combination of how live TV is broadcasted, commentating, content creating, everything related to sports, and then a combination of our business program. And it is a 4-year degree program that you will be doing. It is not a diploma or not a 2-year program or something of that sort. Almost all programs within this faculty will have a portfolio requirement, which could either be a portfolio in terms of drawing submissions, or it could be an essay component, interview component, or if you're in film studies, for example, you will have to submit a video that you are directing or writing. That will have to be submitted along with this profile. In terms of teaching, we are a very experiential learning-based university, and I'm going to probably talk about that a little later in terms of the teaching methods. A few of our famous faculties within this, famous alumni from this faculty is, if you all have seen Aladdin, Meena Masood is a Ryerson graduate. If you have seen Schitt's Creek, the director of Schitt's Creek, he is a Ryerson graduate as well. There is a lot of other directors and writers, so I'm not going to go through the list of that. Moving on to the Faculty of Community Services, the top programs within this faculty is nursing, food and nutrition, and public health. So again, being surrounded by hospitals, you do get a lot of hands-on experience from these programs that you will be studying, and they are co-op-based programs. I will talk about co-ops. Moving on to the Faculty of Engineering and Architectural Sciences. Of course, we do get most of our students from India do apply for the engineering programs, and we do offer your mechanical, computer, electrical, industrial, civil, all of those engineering programs are there, but our star program is the Bachelor's of Aerospace Engineering. We are one of the only 3 universities in Canada that offer it at the bachelor's level. And also, earlier this month, we have started working on launching an unmanned flight that is going to take off, and it's going to be done by our students. So if it is something that you're interested in, and also the program has 3 areas of specializations between designing, operations, and manufacturing. So depending on what you choose, then your co-op will be based on that. Moving on to the Faculty of Science, top programs here is computer science, which gives you an area of specialization between AI and data science, or if you want to go into bioinformatics, or you want to go into genetics, all of them are housed here. Lastly, but not the least, is our business school. It does come in the top 10 in Canada. It is AACSC accredited, which is an accreditation given to 5% of business schools in the world. The programs within this faculty are accounting and finance. In case you are looking to go ahead and do the CPA or the CFA, this will set a great base for that. Our business programs allow 7 areas of specializations that students pick from in their second year. Also, the other programs here are hospitality and tourism management and retail management. So then it's the business aspect of these programs, not necessarily hands-on experience in doing. In India, we have hospitality schools, so it is not that, it is more on the business aspect of the thing. Now, coming in terms of entry requirements, the one thing to very importantly keep in mind when you're applying to Canadian universities is most of us will require math as a subject prerequisite for our business programs. And I do know that in India we do have commerce without maths. And in case you're one of those students who has taken that and wants to apply for a business program, do reach out to me, and there are virtual classes that you can take to fulfill that requirement. Apart from that, you can do major minor combinations. We have 55 plus minors to pick from. So even if I'm studying, say, psychology, I can go ahead and do a minor in fashion. Absolutely okay. It does not have to do within your same faculty. Lastly is something called as cooperative education. Again, this is unique to Canada as a country. It is basically a paid internship, which duration of which is between 12 to 16 months. So usually a degree program is for 4 years. If you decide to opt for a co-op, which is optional, it increases the duration of your program from 4 to 5 years, but you're paying tuition fees only for 4 years. The 5th year, you will get paid anything between 30 to 35,000 Canadian dollars as a starting salary for working on a full-time basis. Usually, students start working after their second year for a year and then come back and finish the 3rd and the 4th year. So it is entirely up to you to decide, but it is personally highly recommended. It sets a great base for your post-study work opportunities. We have introduced the Faculty of Law from this year at the bachelor's level. So if that is something that you're interested in, I can take up questions for that later on. Like I was talking about experiential learning, when we talk about experiential learning is more so when it is a lot of hands-on learning and not just theory-based. So let's say, for example, our students who study journalism, for their first week of classes, we give them like a microphone and a video camera to go to the streets of Toronto and make a video of how they see Toronto as. The picture that you can see here is our rooftop farm. Students taking and studying the environment and urban sustainability are actively a part of this farm and working and volunteering to learn from real life experiences. Another cool thing that I'm going to highlight, which is not pure academics, this is something that we offer apart from academics, is called zone learning. So I don't know how many of you all have seen or heard of the show called Shark Tank. It is a show where businesses get invested in. So basically all 10 zones that you can see on your screen are incubators. Again, if I'm studying psychology and I have a business idea in the clean energy zone, absolutely okay. You do not need to have a business degree to start a business. So that is something very important to keep in mind. It could just be an idea. You go and pitch your idea to the panel of investors and seniors who are there. They will see if it's feasible or not. And if it is, they will work with you on developing it, and you could potentially graduate with a business on your hands. An example was last year we did have a student from the Faculty of Engineering and the Faculty of Science that collaborated and made a helmet that works on your sensory nerves. And they got bought over by a Sweden-based company for $1 million. So they actually did graduate being millionaires. Another thing, if you see my cursor, the DMZ, Digital Media Zone, that is our incubator that is associated with our business school. It is the world's #1 university-based seed incubator. And we also do have a tie-up with the Bombay Stock Exchange for the same. So businesses in India use that space and have a 6-month exchange at Ryerson. So this is me tying back my first slide to a world of possibility. So it's not just studying. There is a lot more that you can do with your degree and while you're studying at Ryerson. It's about you and how much you make the most of it. The opportunities are given and provided to you from the university. We do have 3 residence halls on campus, and it's really entirely up to you to decide, because we have a studio style and there is on sharing basis, and obviously the cost of that will vary on the style of room you take. I always recommend that do take a virtual tour of the campus and of the residence halls. That gives you a really good experience and understanding of what would you and where would you like to stay. We do have 2 athletic centers. We do play 80 plus sports, including cricket, and there is enough in case you are playing a sport at the state or national level and would want to continue it. Once you have accepted your offer at Ryerson, you can let us know, and we will get you in touch with the specific coach, and you can try out, and you could possibly be playing for the Ryerson Rams. So yes, there is enough that will keep you engaged in terms of the sports and athletic life on campus as well. In terms of tuition fees, our tuition fees are between 28 to 39,000 Canadian dollars. When I'm talking about faculties, we can look at the Faculty of Art and Design is roughly between the 28 to the 30,000 range. The business and the engineering programs come from the 33 to the 39,000 range. Living expenses and personal expenses all put together, I usually take a ballpark of 14,000 Canadian dollars for the whole year. And again, depends on what you choose and how you choose to live. So that's the cost that kind of gives you a rough ballpark in terms of the investment that you would have to do. We do offer 2 kinds of scholarships, and both are merit-based. So that is something to keep in mind. And we do not have automatic scholarships. So you have to apply for these once you have made your application to the university. The first one is the President's Scholarship, which is our highest scholarship that is $10,000 per year. And the other is the International Secondary School Merit Scholarship, which is a one-time $5,000 scholarship. So once you have submitted your application, you can then apply for the scholarship. The deadline for that is the 1st of March. In terms of your applications, the process has already started. The deadline for applications is the 1st of February. Documents that we will need will just be your grade 10, 11 transcripts and your grade 12 predicted mark sheet. That's all that we need. We do not require SATs, ACTs, LORs, SOPs. None of that is required. That is more for US universities. If you are doing any program within the Faculty of Communication and Design, then of course the non-academic requirements, that is your portfolio, etc., will be required to be submitted as well. We do require English proficiency, and that would be either an IELTS of 6.5 and above or a TOEFL of 91 and above. And that's all that is required. We accept applications through 2 mediums, either through Common App or through the Ontario University's application center. So whichever one works for you is fine. You can scan this QR code and it will take you to our page where you can download our brochure and you will have access to it. And you can go through all the various programs and the details that are there and more information about the university. Also, it will give you a place where you can schedule a one-on-one appointment with me, where I would be more than happy to, discuss your program interests that you have or any queries that you might have on a more detailed basis. So please feel free to, scan it. I am hoping you all have gotten a chance to scan it. You can follow us on all of these social media platforms and see what's happening at Ryerson. Lastly, that is my email address, and I'd be more than happy to connect with any of you all and answer any questions that you may have. And thanks a lot.
Thank you, Shreya. Thank you very much. Thank you, each and everyone who joined us today. I would hand it over to Ms. Ruchi for Q&A, as we mentioned. Also, I've given to understand that the principal of the school is as well with us. So welcome.
Yes, sir.
Good to have you with us, Arvindji. I have made you the co-host, and if in case you would like to speak to all of us.
Good afternoon, everyone. Students, I would request you to turn on your cameras, and I have the list with me. So, am I audible?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So, the first question is from Shivansh of class 11th. Shivansh, can we have you? Are you there, Shivansh? So, can we have the gallery view?
You'll have to keep muting as well. Remember that, right? So example, Shivansh, you'll have to put a virtual show of hands so that you come at the top. Okay? No, that's not virtual show of hand. You're physically showing me. Yeah. HP. Yeah. I think you're named HP. So.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I'm Shivansh from class 11th. I don't have a question, but a personal suggestion if any one of you could give me. Since I'm targeting JEE mains and I haven't taken any coaching this year, and now at this point of time, I'm really skeptical that I won't be able to nail JEE mains after my 12th board examination. So, should dropping a year after 12th examination or taking a coaching next year in grade 12 would be a better option?
Either of the leaders who would like to make a observation, because I think that's a fair question and that's a realistic sort of a question. A lot of the students face the similar sort of dilemma, I would say, right? So, but I'm happy, Shivan, that firstly you are thinking on your feet and you're thinking realistically. Anyone? Vinod, would you like to answer?
Yeah,
Or
I think you'll have to go with your heart. What does your gut feel say to you? I mean, see, because that is very, very important. I mean, if you want to take a second shot, dropping an year, it's a very, very normal thing. But during back in my days, it was still considered array ek saal ka drop hai. So, but again, you'll have to go with your gut feel. If you feel that you're confident enough to crack it the next time, go ahead with it. But on the flip side, you can look at various other options that are available to you, if not JEE main, right? So I think that's what you can look at, because again, that's my understanding. I mean, there are various other options apart from JEE, but if you are really hell bent on cracking it, that's what drives you. I think you can go ahead and take that drop here, because now it's not a very taboo thing to do.
And even I suggest that, if you're really focused about getting into JEE, you can take a drop year, but then you have to be, you have to always keep it in your mind that you are taking one full year to, prepare for this. So you have to do it very sincerely, and you should not be doing other things with it. Just continuously focus on the goal that you want to, and I'm sure you'll be able to achieve.
Yeah, and just don't take it as a pressure situation. Don't let it get into your head, because if it gets onto you like a pressure, then things go downwards. So just go ahead with it. Go ahead with that aim, and then just give it your all is what we can suggest.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind suggestion. And now, next we have Aditi from class 12.
Aditi.
Aditi from class 12.
Yeah, Aditi, you can now unmute yourself, and you can ask your question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, Aditi.
Sir, my question is that can we go for combination of psychology and law?
Either of the liberal. Yeah, why not, Shreya?
So Aditi, if you're looking at the Indian universities, I think they'll go after me. But for Canada, yes, at Ryerson you can definitely do that. We actually even offer criminology. So if you want to do a psychology major with a minor in criminology, or vice versa, or just law by itself, absolutely possible.
Anyone from the Indian fold? Anyone from the Indian university?
Unfortunately, we don't have law as a part of our group of institutions, but our sister consults do have. But integrated course from the same university is not possible from Manipal. That is one issue that I can say.
No, fair, that's right. So she at least have the right information with her. Anyone else? Neha, do you have that combination in your university? Or Gurnam?
We have psychology, but we do not have law at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, but there are various other options with psychology, like economics, literary and cultural studies, environmental studies, finance, marketing, human resources management, entrepreneurship, operations, and film and television. But law we don't have at the moment.
Gurnam, do you have Ahmedabad?
Same as Neha pointed out. So we have psychology as a major, but we don't have law with us. So there are various other opportunities like economics, finance, and other areas, but not.
And I
not
presume
now.
Mahindra is a new setup. They are more into tech, I believe. So I don't think so they have it. Akshay?
Yeah, I don't think so.
We only have engineering and management.
You have mostly because you are right now in the tech space to start with it. Okay, fair enough. Aditi, I hope that answers your question in a way, right?
Next we have Bhavya from class 11th.
Virtual show of hand, Bhavya. Okay, Bhavya.
Am I audible? Okay, so
Yeah,
my question
please go
is
ahead.
that for universities, say, extracurriculars apart from your scores in, say, and any sort of entrance examinations or SATs or anything, count for quite a bit. In India, we don't see that trend a lot. So, what would be like?
No, we get your question. I believe what you're saying you were trying to say is that, but I think that's an evolutionary stage, Bhavya. That's my observation because more or less every contemporary new private setup, I would say, are looking this now very, very objectively in terms of looking you beyond academics, to be very honest, right? So I think I will leave it to, even for that matter, from Flame or Ahmedabad or for that matter, even Manipal for that matter, right? Though they are fairly Pushpa as well, possibly can add a little more dimension, but that's my view that your overall personality is now what matters a lot, and apart from the academics. Yeah. Anyone from the expert would like to make an observation? Please go ahead.
Yeah, Gaurav. So, for us, it's pretty similar. We follow a holistic process. So, as I had said in my presentation as well, at Ahmedabad, we believe in individuality, right? So, it's only in the case of BTech where, because of certain regulations, we have to follow either the Gujarat ACPC or the JEE mains for rest of the country. So, otherwise, again, it's a combination of, yes, academic performance, extracurricular achievements, personal statement, and followed by an interaction with the faculty. So for arts and sciences and for the School of Management, that's the holistic process that we follow. So, extracurricular achievements, as I said, could be a debater or a musician or a football player. So that actually helps in, us understanding what the student is interested in. And yes, university is all about, yes, academics also, but it's all about driving your passion along with it, and that's where liberal education really helps them to manage that.
Manipal too, but we don't have any weightage with respect to the admission process or something. But let me tell you, most of our alumni are into acting. They are good actors. They have been named in the theaters as well as in the movies. Directors, like they pursue their passion even after their engineering. That is all because of they would see that as provides them an opportunity to mingle with people with respect to not only language but also the cultural diversity. So when you have more number of people from across the globe, it gives an opportunity for every student to mingle with people and also try to understand what are the different requirements and then grow along with it. So 4 years or 5 years or whatever the educational time period that is they are going to spend in the campus is something that really makes a difference. But for that, the student should also be prepared with that mentality or the mindset to enhance their skills as well as values.
So, Shivan, specifically for my college, where we serve the services sector. So, services sector primarily is more of people-to-people connect. So, as it's part of our admission process, since we are part of EHL as well, world's #1 college, our selection process does look for overall personality, because when you're interacting with people, as much as knowledge is important, interpersonal skill is equally important to build relationships, and business is all about relationships. So if you're looking at a career in business or anything where you're dealing with people, I think you need to have an overall personality. Even in tech these days, I see, if you look at all the project manager positions, They are not people who are just doing tech. They are people who are connecting with other businesses, getting projects. So that's why you will see even engineering graduates are doing MBA. The reason is that they also need a interpersonal edge to their qualification. So these things are very important part of your personality and for your success. I agree that colleges per se are not asking for it, but if you want to succeed in life, I am sure you should give it importance as a student because it's your life. You want to make it a success. So internationally, universities recognize that, and even 100%er will not get admission if you are not an overall profile, because what they are looking at is how a student is adding diversity to their campus and not only numbers. So please do, if you are participating in school events, please go ahead and do it, and I encourage all students to do that.
Yeah, we'll take a couple of more questions and
Rightly said.
And then we'll move.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So next question we have from Gargi from class 10, sir. She wants to ask a question.
Very well. Gargi, go ahead. You'll have to unmute yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. So my question is, how do we get to know what our strengths are and how do we utilize them? So because I personally believe that if we know what our strengths are, then it becomes quite clear which career and which courses and degrees to pursue, and then it also again makes it very easier to go to which university and choose our university.
Wonderful question. So what makes you wake up 4 a.m. in the morning is your strength. You know that. So I'll tell you my answer. When I used to watch cricket, 4 a.m. Australia tour of India, I would wake up and watch that. That was my love for the game, or I would say whatever, right? Something which can make you wake up 4 a.m. and do it with the passion is your strength, I would say, right? So if I may combine two words, the love for doing something and passion to pursue it on a consistent basis is something which will drive you for life, right? So let me share with you, because I think I can share because I have lived myself in through that sort of a skin, is that I was very horrible at studies back in the school, but I was a very good sports person, right? So having said this, sadly in India, until I would say a couple of years ago, we used to write off an individual in a sense if he's not academically well. Worlds have changed in a dramatic way. You have multiple opportunities to excel and showcase your talent. But the only thing is that world is a ruthless place. It never likes to deal with people who are second best. It likes to deal with people who are the best, for that matter. So remember that whatever you do, if you're really, really good at, people will come to you, people will employ you. But if you're already preparing to come last in the class, or you're coming second last in the class, sadly it will not work in your favor, right? If I'm a great singer, I need to be in the top 1 percentile of the people in the world then. Okay? Whatever it is. So if that is the, in a way I answer your question is that, and it's a very, very good question. 10th class, if you can really discover yourself better today, the world is sorted for you, then everything can fall in place for you, because then you'll follow it like a passionate individual, right? So it took me some time to discover my own passion. When I was in my graduation, I could discover my strength. You are only in your 10th, so I'm sure you have made a great start. So just do what you're doing, and the only thing is be consistent with it. Don't just one fine day you want to be a singer, next day you want to be a theater artist, next day you want to be a Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Doesn't take you anywhere for that matter, right? So I hope that answers you in a way. Anyone else would like to add, please?
Can we add something here?
Yeah, surely.
So, Bajay, I myself am a singer, I'm an avid reader, I love cooking, and I am a great people's person. So at the same time, you can be good at 4 or 5 things as well. As Sir said rightly, you'll have to see one thing, something that can wake you up at 4 a.m. and you consistently like it, and also something that makes you lose count of time. So I used to love biology. I have done PCMB and then BSc Zoology honors, because when I picked up a biology book, I could go on and I would lose count of time. So I realized that I really like it. So you have to go inside to find what you like. Look at yourself. What is it that gives you pleasure? What is it that you like? What is it that if somebody bothers you in during that time you would have thought कि अच्छा अभी मुझे जाके वापस करना है. When I used to read whether it is fiction, whether it is mystery, whether it is spiritual books, I used to there was a clock in my mind. Keep, oh, I left it for whatever reason. I have to go back to it. I have to finish it. I have to finish it. That is what will give you an idea what do you like, and you can be good at 4 or 5 things, and those 4 or 5 things are your upstream you can say career options. So those are the areas if you pursue, it will be like you are flowing with the stream. So I go inside, kind of observe your own self, what is giving you pleasure, and then see how long you are able to persist it. So that is how you'll be able to find out what motivates you.
Okay, thank you. One more question, right? Uchiji?
Yes, sir. Next question, sir, from Karmanya, class 12, commerce.
Karmanya, lovely name. Karmanya, over to you.
So good morning, sir. So my question is basically for everyone. Anyone can answer it. So if I have taken commerce in 11th and 12th, so is it possible for me to pursue a degree in science and other subjects related to it in college, and or would I have to take a private examination through NIOS and then get a degree in that?
Can I take up this?
Sure, please.
So, Karmanya, as I had explained in my presentation at the starting of the presentation, that the world has changed, and there are various universities these days that do not take you purely on the basis of what you have in your 10th and 11th. Like, for example, Flame University, irrespective of whatever subjects you have in your 11th and 12th, you can pick up from the various options that we give you at Flame University. Only for the honors program, you need to have maths in your 11th, 12th. Rest, if you want to take up any other like BBA communications management subject, or let's say a BSc applied mathematics, or let's say a BA in economics or psychology or any other subject, or maybe a BSc in applied mathematics, so you don't need to have a particular subject. So I was talking about Flame University's subjects, but there are various universities these days which take students purely on the basis of their own entrance exam, and they have their foundation courses, in the first year, after which you decide your specializations.
Yeah. So that's pretty much, I think, on the Q&A front. If there is any other question, what we will do is we will pass on these details of the representatives to your coordinator, which is Miss Ruchi in this case, from our side, right? And then you can directly reach out to them and have your and let this be the start of the conversation. Please do not take this as an end. And I always believe this, that this is our idea is to show you the path, and eventually you have to walk on that, right? So you'll have to take that initiative, and you have to take it forward from here on, guys. So thank you very much, Ruchiji. Thank you for. Yeah, you were saying something?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving this opportunity to us also, so that we made our kids aware of the opportunities, right? Yes, sir. Over to you, sir.
Yes, am I audible? I hope I'm loud and clear. Am I?
Yeah. You are. Yes, you are. Yes, absolutely. Sir. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Yadava, for this wonderful 2 hours.
Thank you. And I should compliment you firstly for your lovely kids. The questions define the quality of the kid for me or in any institution. So my compliments to you, and more than that, thank you for staying back. I could see you were almost there throughout. So
I just made it a point that I stay there for
as much as you can. Yes, thank you very much. So my compliments to you. Please, over to you.
I think missed it for 10 minutes just because of some internet connectivity out here. So when we started in the morning, we were worried about today's session actually, because we just came to know about unplanned electricity cuts by the electricity department here in the town.
Oh.
And that was, I think, the major concern Miss Ruchi had in the morning. And she just gave me a call, and with the notification, that's what about it. So I think even after that, a good number of participants, I think they just managed. And all credit goes to Miss Ruchi. I can still remember the message she sent, like, charge all your gadgets and all, whatever. So I think well planned, Mr.
Lovely, so lovely offer. Compliments to you, Ruchi ji. Very well done. I mean, बहुत rarely ऐसा होता है, लोग तो
thank you
ऐसे नहीं किया जाए for that matter. तो आपने excuse ढूंढा कि कैसे किया जाए. Thank you.
And there's one more thing. I think I must say a good start, as it's it's half the battle won. So for students, I think if they take it in a very positive note, so I think it's a good start, right, when it comes to selecting their careers, right? And for the students, I really would like to say, to achieve your goal, you have to plan your goals well, rather than aimlessly just chasing and just changing those the goals you have maybe every then and now. So I think this is what today's session did. So I think they gave them a very clear idea, and as one of your speakers said, the students or this generation, they are clueless about certain things when it comes to selecting, because they just go by the peer group. What you say, they just go by the preferences. So I'm sure, like, and it's really nice to see. Let me just talk about Manali. I'm sure you know about Manali. It's like but when we talk about hospitality and liberal arts, which you people, I think, mostly talked about today. So if we just talk about today's thing, so hospitality is one area where I think students from Manali can actually see their career in as being one of the major tourism destination as well. And talking about liberal arts, let me just add one more thing. This is something I think the school has already been into. So we already have a dedicated liberal art club where we talk about all those things. We have all these kind of things. We are talking about all those things. And thank you, Mr. Gaurav, once again for providing such a wonderful platform for the students, basically. And,
completely our pleasure, I would say. And
yeah, and as one of your speaker, I think, Mr. Thomas, he just said the world is changing. So I would like to make a mention of one of the articles which I read, I think, years back. And whenever I talk about careers, I make it a point that I do mention this thing. There I read it, like, the job which you would be maybe finding after 10 years will be the job which you have never dreamt of, right? And the ones maybe which you are dreaming about, they could be nowhere there by that time.
May not even exist.
Yeah. So my suggestion for all the students here would be, please just plan it in a way. But before going for any of your options, when we talk about after 12th, right? So I have a suggestion again, please do a bit of research. Don't just go by the reviews, what you see. Don't just go by the fancy and attracting offers which universities or maybe institutes they offer. So once again, thank you, Campus Coach team. Thank you for organizing this wonderful session.
Thank you very much. Not at all. Absolutely a pleasure of ours. And as I mentioned that your team, which is Miss Ruchi and others, really worked for this. So my compliments to you as well, Ruchi ji. And
thank you, sir.
Obviously you were fighting against the odds, but then you can pull it off. So which talks about your tenacity as a leader. So very well done. And thank you to my team as well, Paramjeet and her team, for putting this together, and each and every expert who joined in for taking out their valuable time. And they were all very passionate till the last, I think, from where we started till the last, all 8 speakers were very passionate about what they were saying. So it is not that they come and they just show the presentation and they disappear. They really bring a lot of passion to the discussion. I believe there were a lot of teachers and parents as well. So my thank you to them as well for joining in, and everyone at DPS Manali. Very thankful to your cooperation. And last but not the least, which is the students. So thank you very much, students, for staying back. And I hope this was of value. And as your principal sir mentioned, that do take an informed call. Do your own research, do your own homework, and basis your requirement, go ahead with taking a decision, right? Thank you, everybody. Hope to see you soon. Stay safe, stay healthy. And whenever you go out, do wear mask, right? So take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.